Well, another season has ended in Southwest Florida, and let's talk about the state of the current real estate market. My name is Mindy Sylvester, and I've been selling real estate in the Naples area for over 26 years. I track the market every single day and follow it closely so that my buyers and sellers can note trends before they start to happen. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. And hey, if you like this video, just hit that like button. I would appreciate it, and it'll help you be the first to know about the latest real estate information in the Naples area. And of course, just call me directly and I will help you specifically with whatever exactly your needs are. So let's talk about the current market. As I said, I track the market every single day. I have for years. The number of new listings, the number of pending sales, number of closed sales, price reductions back on the market, and the total inventory. We started 2026 with about 5,900 homes for sale, which was about 9 months of inventory. Now, if you're familiar with the market, 6 months of inventory is really considered to be a normal market. And we had a normal market from like 2016 to 2020, and then kind of everything turned upside down and inside out and topsy-turvy. But normally 5,500 to 6,500 homes is a normal market. But because of the fact that the pending sales slowed down so much, that turned into 8, 9 months of inventory. Now, a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, we got up to 13 months of inventory. We had almost 7,000 homes for sale in Naples. Just for comparison reasons, when the market was going crazy in 2022, we had 800 homes for sale in all of Naples. Those were the crazy times when people were spending $50,000, $100,000 or more above asking price, offering their no inspections, their firstborn child, everything. Those were crazy days. Also, in contrast, at the bottom of the market in 2010, we had over 11,000 homes for sale. So if you look at that in perspective, right now we're at 5,900. We started the year at around 5,900. We got up to about 6,500, 6,560, which is normal because a lot of people wait till January, February, March to sell their home. Everybody says, oh, I want to wait until season, which I think personally is a mistake, because so many homes sell in the summer now. Now, we have less activity, but the people that are here are more serious. A few months ago, or I guess it was last summer, two of my friends said, "Oh, I'm taking all my listings off for the summer." And I thought, well, that's interesting because they're obviously not paying attention to the market, because the last 2 summers have actually been very strong in comparison to the last 2 seasons. Now, we did have a really strong season this year. Our inventory, like I said, went up to 6,500 and back down to 5,900. But guess what? Now we're at 7 months of inventory, and that is the lowest number that I've seen in probably close to over 2 years for sure. Maybe longer. I don't know the exact date when we had 7 months of inventory, but we were at 8 at the beginning of the year, and then all the kind of stuff in the world with the war and stuff was started happening, and so sales slowed a little bit. So we went back up to 8. I'm sorry, we went back from 8 to 9. And now, as of today, we are at 7 months of inventory. So are we trending down to that normal number of 6 months of inventory? And what does that mean? Well, let's talk about the statistics. The latest report our board of realtors has available is from March, and the overall inventory decreased 18% from last March. The overall pending sales increased 15%. So you can see that there are strong indications that the market is getting better. So for those of you who are waiting to buy, I'm not quite sure what you're waiting for unless your just financial or personal situation isn't ready for it. But I get calls every single day. People are like, well, we're going to wait a year or 2 years. I've had people call me when to wait 2 or 3 years. I'm like, I don't know what we can talk about right now because even in a year from now, the stuff that we talk about is not more than likely not going to be in your price range. Now, I'm not one of those fear-mongering agents. I don't believe in that. I believe in working with people long term. If you've watched my other videos, you know I've worked with people for up to 11 years before they bought a home. So I'm in it with you for the long haul, but I want you to either buy or sell at the right time, which is exactly why I track the market. Now, I don't pretend like I can predict the future or what's going to happen with the market, but I do keep an eye on it closely. So we are showing very strong indications that the market is improving. If you are considering buying, do you want to wait until we get back to a good market when there are more buyers? The prices are going to go up. Now, I do believe that it's going to be a minute before we start seeing price increases. Actually, our statistics show that the median closed price went down 12%, but I don't I think that has a lot to do. The median price is so hard in Naples because we have, $200,000 condos and $80 million houses. So I really don't go by just the overall median price. I like to look in sectors. Like, are you looking in the condo market? Are you looking in the luxury market? Are you looking in the single family home market? Because that's what we really need to focus on. I don't just kind of look at the overall median price. As far as the overall closed sales, those went up 27%. Now, our average list to sales price has been the same for really many, many years. Actually, I think in the peak of the market there, it might have gotten up to like 99.9%, but we're still at about 94% list to sales price. So if you're a buyer looking to buy a resale, you could probably figure that most homes are selling for about 94 to 95% of the list price. The days on the market actually increased 11%. The average days on the market is 95 days. Now, that number can be skewed also because I run reports all the time for average days on the market. And a lot of times, like in some neighborhoods, the average days on the market is over 6 months. Because what happens is that it doesn't often track that. Like, let's just say the home was on the market for 6 months and then was relisted, and then it came on the market and sold in 4 days. Well, it would show that it sold in 4 days. It wouldn't show that it was on the market for 6 months prior. So, if you're thinking about buying, of course, I'm going to guide you through that to help you know exactly how long that home's been on the market. Because obviously, the longer a home has been on the market, probably the lower the offers are going to get. A home buyer is going to say, well, gosh, this house has been on the market for 8 months. Let's make a low offer. So that's important. That's why it's important as a seller to list your home properly so that it doesn't sit on the market forever. Those are the basic statistics for what's going on now. Now we're coming into summer. May is typically the slowest month of the year as far as pending sales goes. It's an odd month for us. The snowbirds are gone for the most part, and the summer vacations haven't really started yet. I think there's a lot of graduations, weddings. We usually have I usually have a great month for closed sales, but not a great month for pending sales. Of course, like I said, ever since 2020, nothing is really typical anymore. But May and September are usually kind of like transitional months. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens during the summer. Of course, I'm going to keep you updated. And of course, you can call me anytime with any questions that you have. Like I said, I am seeing the market get better, especially new construction. New construction is so hot right now, which is why I have been selling so many new construction. The great thing about new construction is you get locked into the current pricing. We are coming out of the slowest market in 15 years. Okay? The best time to buy was 2 years ago, but who knew that, right? There's still really good opportunities right now, but especially new construction. Every time they sell a few homes, I was just at Esplanade by the Islands, every 3 homes, they're getting a price increase. So that is pretty common. Every few homes, the prices are going up. The great thing about new construction is you get locked in. It might take 6 months to a year to sell your home. Those people who are buying your home, by the time you close on it, are paying quite a bit more than what you paid for the same home. So I've got some great opportunities for you. Please give me a call. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you watching. I hope to work with you and help you make a smooth move to Naples. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.